Hello everyone, this is Adnan with CanApp's training video series. In this video, actually this is second part 2 of Citrix XenApp 6.5 training. In this video I'm gonna, first of all, we're gonna verify our Citrix infrastructure. Verification means we need to see that if all servers are installed properly as per our part 1 video, part 1. And then once after verification, we're gonna go through exploring the Appcenter, which is the main Citrix administration console, and in that we're gonna understand overall Citrix component. And at the end of this video, we'll install Citrix Management Console on Windows 7. Let's get started. So first of all, our infrastructure based on part 1, based on this lab architecture. This is our Citrix XenApp. We have 3 servers here. One is DC, and the same server is our licensing server as well. Whereas I have CTX1, CanApp CTX1 with this IP address. It is a XenApp server, and it is a Citrix web interface as well. Whereas I have CTX2, and that is Citrix XenApp server. It's only Citrix XenApp server. Mainly it is a session host. It is a session host, whereas this one, it is a Citrix XenApp server. It's a session controller. It's a session controller and session host. So later on in part 3 of this video, I'm going to go through what is session controller and session host. So basically these are 2 XenApp servers. This is our licensing server, and this is actually the Citrix admin client machine. It's Windows 7 machine, and we're going to install Citrix management tools on this so that we can manage our all complete Citrix infrastructure from here. You can obviously manage from these servers as well, but this is in real environments. You would see admins having their own laptops, so we can install management console and manage our complete Citrix from here. So this is our infrastructure. Now this is our lab. In my lab, just based on this infrastructure, let me make it smaller. So here. So here in this side-by-side view, we can see that these are my 3 servers. So I have server number 1 here, CanApp DC1. I have CTX, this is a Citrix server, and this is second Citrix server. And here I have my client. Here I have my client, which is this. So client is here, Citrix CTX1, CTX2, DC. They are all installed with Citrix. So they are absolutely according to our architecture that we designed for the lab. Now first of all, verification. So verification of Citrix environment, I'm going to start with DC, and on DC it is a licensing server. In order to find out if it is a licensing server, all you need to do, go to all programs, go to Citrix. You should be able to find this here as soon as you open this, and it should open Citrix licensing console. Now on this side it's showing you that these are the platinum license that we downloaded and used here. There are some warning, we can ignore them because this is evaluation version. This is the evaluation version, and everything should be working regardless of these errors here. And if you need to make any changes, download new licenses from mycitrix.com, you can always go to administration. Here, this is the account that was created in part 1 of the video when we installed licensing services. And if we log in, this is our administration console, and here we downloaded that license, so we have 1 license running in this. So this is how we verify licensing. Secondly, this is my Citrix 1 and 2. So Citrix 1 should be a XenApp server, plus it is a web interface. In order to find that out, we can go to all programs. In previous versions used to be here. Now in 6.5, after Citrix installation, you will find everything here. Now in management console, this is our Appcenter. Appcenter is the main management console, and this is my web interface. So these 2 roles are installed on this. I'm going to start verifying first of all Appcenter. So once you are in Appcenter, it runs the discovery based on your previous settings. Uh, Actually, it was not able to run it properly. So let me run it again. So again, we're going to. So once you run it from there, this would you would see a shortcut here. So Citrix Appcenter. It is still not connecting. Sometime it does that because of maybe services. So in this case, if this is not connecting, I'll just temporarily stop here on this server, but let me verify the second one. So on the second one, since it is a XenApp server, you should have a Citrix App Center, and you should be able to find it here. If not, if you can't find them here, you can always go to all programs, or you can go to administrative tools. You can go to here, and as you can see, this server is not a web interface, so you won't find the web interface here. Citrix App Center. Let's connect. So this one is connected. So App Center is connected now. Basically, what it does when you start the run, configure and run discovery. Guys, this discovery is not configuring anything in Citrix. It is just connecting to one of the XenApp servers. As long as you're connected to any one of the XenApp server, you should be able to see all XenApp configurations. So, for example, if it is not working on CTX1 but it is working on CTX2, you should be able to see your complete XenApp configuration. For example, here I see both of the servers. I see both of the servers information here. Although this is not connecting, but still both of the servers are accessible. So it's fine. Sometime if it is not able to connect, it might be just a matter of maybe rebooting this machine, restarting this machine, or maybe try after some time again and see that if it is working. Mostly, if I double click on this error, you would see that it is unexpected error message. Server name is correct and the server is there installed on the server, etc. So if you need to a bit of troubleshoot to want to troubleshoot this, we can check this service if this service is running. Now this is Fcom service. We can find it right here within services. So you would see within services, I mean, if you don't find the services here, then you can always find it in administrative tools services right here. Now within this, I'm trying to find all Citrix services. Basically, idea is all services that are set to automatic, they should all be started. So I'm going to sort that by automatic, and I see all automatic are started, going down, down, and then I have all of them are started. I have two not started. That's fine. These are Windows services. It's fine. Nothing. This is not that important. Although .NET is important for, but in most of the servers, these services are stopped. So this is not our error message. But let me check Citrix services. So from here to here, these are Citrix services. So one of them is Fcom service. It is started. Although here it's saying that it might not be started. What we can do, we can just try and start this one more time. And at the same time, what we'll do is, so while this is, and the other very important service for Citrix is this service, which is so it is started. The other service is this management service. We discussed about this service. This is a server to server management, so this must be running. It is running, though. I'm gonna just go and restart it. At the same time, while logging in, you need to make sure who are you logged in with. Here I'm logged in with administrator. You must be logged in with domains administrator or an account that is a domain administrator. So in part 3 of this video, I'm going to show you how permission securities and add more administrator. So for now, let's try again, rerun the discovery, although I've run few services here, and this time, as you can see, discovery completed successfully. So it was just a matter of restarting those services, and now even on CTX1, CTX2, both are accessible. So just try. If I would have rebooted this, it would have done the same thing, but we just restarted the services. Now, so this is, we verified that our Citrix environment is working. So going back to slide, so we verified this. Now the second thing where we need to explore App Center and understanding what is in App Center, guys. This is App Center main Citrix console. In this, the very first thing is search. Here you can search for anything in this. Now in large environments, you might see hundreds of servers under this node, and many folders. In folder you have many servers, and then under application you'll find hundreds of applications under application, and they're published. They might be streamed, they might be hosted, but this hierarchy can be very long. So if you need to search quickly something, you can just go here and search for the item, just write a few words. So let's say I want to find any machine that has the word CTX in it. For example, these two servers have CTX. We'll search, it will find those objects that have the word CTX in it. Let's search something else that has the word pad in it. So it will find notepad. It found this. So search as that. Second one is view. View is just to have a customized view of this complete hierarchy. For example, if you don't want to see everything, you just want to see some specific area very quickly every day when you log in here, so you can create your own view. For example, now let's go here, edit your view. I'm gonna say this is my CTX server 1. CTX server 1 view. So in this, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to edit. Actually, it should be add my view. Edit. Hold on. It is add items to my view. So in this view, I'm gonna just add the server here. That's it. So now this is my CTX server 1 every time, so I don't need to go to the hierarchy. In the same time, I can add any of these items within this view. I can add another item. Let's say I want to add let's say applications to this as well. So I added 2 items. So instead of going to this hierarchy, I have this view. So every time when I come, I can go to my view, and every day I can work in this view. Now this is just a view. Now right under this you have Citrix resources, you have tools. Here you would find hot fixes and a lot of things. We're going to come back to this later on, but our main arena of work is XenApp, and under XenApp this is my farm. So this is my farm name, so it's CanApp's farm. If you're working for any other organization, this name might be different, but this is a start of your environment. So this has, under farm you have your everything. So first stop is you have, so farm, here you see many tabs. Here you will get more information about this farm. Servers and farms are 2, published application is 1. In your case, since we haven't published any application in class or in training, so you won't find any application here. We're gonna have full-fledged videos on those. This is my just test application that I was testing in this environment, so I'm seeing 1 application. Now you can see users, if users information, offline sessions, and some other settings here as well. So this is farm. Second one is administration. This is administrator. So the only person who has full access to this environment is this person, CanApp/administrator. Most of the time, this is the account with which you have installed your environment. So in some cases, if you were not logged into CanApp/administrator, and you were logged into a local machine account, then you would see your local machine name and administrator. It might be CanApp CTX1/administrator. Now the good practice is that always log into the machine with CanApp/administrator, I mean your domain administrator, and then do the installation, because then you get full access. In real environment, you might not be using administrator account, but maybe some specific account that is assigned to you. We're going to create those accounts, add access here in our next video. So basically this is where you would see all the users who have different type of access within this environment. If you want to add more people, you can just say add administrator. It starts its own wizard, and then we can add more people. As I said, I'm gonna cover that in video number 3. Here we have applications. So this is the main area for which Citrix XenApp is we installed in this infrastructure, because we wanted to publish. We wanted to have some applications for our environment. So under application, you will find all the applications here that are published for our users, so that they can use them, use applications. Now applications can be streamed, they can be hosted. I'm gonna have a full-fledged video on that, but basically under application you will find all the applications. This is a history. History is like event viewer in Windows. So in Windows, if you go here, you will find event viewer, and mostly the event viewer, main purpose of the event viewer is to see what's happening in your server. So this is for Windows event viewer. In Citrix, this is history. Citrix, you will find events here, what's happening in your Citrix environment, but this is not enabled by default. We need to enable it. Basically we need to enable configuration logging in this environment. It's going to have its own database. I'm going to have a separate video on this, but basically this is where you will see all the events or the actions that are being taken, or the admins, what are the admins doing in this environment. You will see the events logging information here. Load balancing, load evaluator, policies. We're gonna do that in upcoming videos. This is mostly, all 3 of them are related to applications and their troubleshooting and load balancing for these servers. Load balancing on information. Basically this will be our load balancing policy. This is our load evaluators. By default there are 2 available. Here we can evaluate the load by application or by server as well, and then we can have policies. So policies can be computer policies, user policies, just like in group policies. Although Citrix policies works with group policies, and we're gonna have a separate video on that. So this area we're gonna learn in upcoming sessions. Now, just like application is very important, servers are important. These are the 2 XenApp servers that we have in this environment, CTX1, CTX2, which are these 2 servers. You will find that anywhere where you're connected to this Appcenter, Citrix Appcenter, and the kind of access you have, it depends. So you will be able to see your servers, but for now we are logged in with full Citrix admin. We are seeing all the servers, or both servers. Now when you select one server, you will see the more information about the server. Citrix 1, it is XenApp, it's Platinum Edition, it's 6.5. Build number is this. It is installed on 2008. The IP address is this, and some more information about part of our default zone. Election preferences, most preferred. We're gonna see that in another video. That it is a ZDC, most preferred mean it is a current ZDC at the moment. In users, it will show you users information, then how many sessions are open on this server at the moment. For now, there is one console session open. Once people start connecting to these applications, and these applications are hosted on these servers, you will see more sessions here connected. So and then processes, how many processes are running at the moment on the server. Same thing goes for Citrix too. So since we have information access on both servers, we see all this information. Then we have worker groups. In very short, worker groups are created for few purposes. One of the purpose is to dedicate some servers for some specific application. Let's say we have this application used by 4,000 people, and 4,000 people every day need this application, and this application is installed on both of these servers. Among these servers, on these servers, there are other applications as well, but just because of this application, these servers are slow. because many people are connecting. So what we can do is we can create a separate worker group and add dedicated servers. So we can dedicate Citrix 2 to that group and then assign this one application to that group. So basically worker group is to separate some servers from for some specific application. Later on I'm gonna have a video and we're gonna configure worker groups as well. Other than dedicating servers for some specific application, we can also apply policies to worker groups. We can also kind of use worker group for load balancing as well. So they have some purposes. And then lastly, we have zones here. Now zone is just like sites in Active Directory. So most of the time, zones are used based on physical locations. So there is by default, it creates default zone, and all the servers that we add in Citrix install, they are all part of a default zone. Later on, we're going to find out, we're going to create more zones. For example, I'm going to create one zone for Toronto, another zone for Montreal, and then we're going to move their specific servers in their own zone. Now, one reason is that with zoning, once you do zoning just like in Active Directory, sites are used for service localization. Here, zones are used for service localization. Uh, so we want Toronto users to use Toronto servers to work uh, to access applications, and we don't want Toronto users to go to Montreal servers to access application. That would be very slow, would be a waste of WAN link as well. So for that reason we create zones. So we need to remember zones mostly represents physical locations. For now we have only one location, that's why we have one zone. The other thing in zone is in zone it shows us how many servers can take part in election. As you can see, election preferences when it comes to a ZDC. There is one ZDC at any point in time. So we have one DC, which is this one, which is data collector. We know that data collector is a server that helps in authentication, that has the dynamic database. It knows the load of the servers, how much load are on these servers. So ZDC. So when the first time these servers are started, the very first server automatically becomes a ZDC. When you have other servers, then they can have elections. So here most preferred one is this. So it's the current ZDC is this, and this is the default preference. This is second. It's server that can be ZDC if this is not available. So this is our we're not working with single sign-on at the moment. Later on we're gonna check that out. But for now, our main area of work is XenApp. So every time when you start your environment, make sure that you're connected to the farm. And once you're connected to the farm, you should be able to configure your complete environment. Now same thing. Either you're connected on this server, in this server, it doesn't matter. So both will show you exactly the same configuration. So sometimes when the discovery doesn't work, just restart services, or maybe try from another machine so that at least you can start managing this environment. So guys, this is this is kind of a first look at your Citrix infrastructure environment. Now, with this, let's move on to the next part. So this video is already half an hour. So let's quickly go through this here, installing Citrix Management Console on Windows 7. Now, first of all, the question is, why do we need to do this? Why do we need to install Management Console? Guys, reason is simple. In Citrix environment, maybe you might have 10 or 20 or 25, maybe 40 or 50 Citrix servers, and to manage them, you don't need to log in directly to the server. What we can do is we can install a Citrix Management Console on a Windows 7 machine and then manage everything from there. So as long as you are Citrix admin, you have the management tools and you can manage everything from here. So this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go to my client machine here. In client machine, I'm gonna log in. Let's hope we don't run uh, into any basic errors, just to have a speedy install. So what we can do, I'll first of all make sure I have Citrix CD loaded. I have Citrix CD loaded mounted in this machine. We can go to Citrix settings, we can go to CD. Here you need to load the Citrix image. Once this is loaded, we can go to Open Explorer, or if this is not available, you can right click on Start and open from here as well, and then go to CD here. Now once you're in the CD, your first up I would try to run the auto run for the CD. In your case, you might be, in my case, it's not running the auto run option. We'll try from here. So this is auto run and it runs this. If this doesn't run, then you'll have to find the management tool right from here, and then you need to run it. But the best is you need to open auto run. You should run it from here. So here I'm interested in manually install component. I'm not making it a XenApp server. I just need management tools. So common component, and I can go to management console. So here I'll just run it. So these prereqs are missing on this, so it will automatically install everything that is required. Now one more thing, wherever management tools are installed, they add Citrix group policy management as well. So later on we're going to see that there is a very close relationship between Active Directory group policies and Citrix policies. So for now, management console is installed. Now let's exit this, and check this. So here, if you go to programs, you should be able to see Citrix, and under management console, you should see Citrix Appcenter. Once you open Citrix Appcenter, we'll disable this, and the first time it will run that discovery again. So here I'm gonna just connect to XenApp environment. Here I'm not gonna add local computer. So many people would do a mistake, add a local computer. Guys, local computer, this is a client machine. This does not have Citrix. So you should not add this. This is just a Windows 7 machine. You will add here only servers. See the word servers? Only Citrix servers. So I'm going to remove this. So do not add your client machine here. Here we need to add Citrix servers. So we need to add Citrix CANF CTX1, CANF CTX2. So CANIPS CTX1. I'm going to copy this, and CTX2. And do not add this client machine here. This is only for Citrix XenApp servers. Once this is done, it is going through and the discovery is completed, which means it is able to connect to both servers. As we already know that the requirement is you have to connect to any one of the Citrix servers. So here you see that I'm connected to Windows 7, and I can see my complete environment just like I can see on Citrix 1, Citrix 2, and the management console is installed. Now here bear in mind that you must be a Citrix admin in order to open this. So guys, in this video we went through verification of Citrix infrastructure. We explored Appcenter. We understood some Citrix component within Appcenter, and then we installed Citrix Management Console. So that's about it in this video. Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna see you in the second video.